There's a general agreement in industry that the HNAs, the reps, are not playing a meaningful proactive role. But on the other hand, when we talk to the reps, they are saying, yeah, but we're not getting support, especially from the front line. We're just not getting that. So we sat down, that's myself and Dr. Natalie Skierpers. How can we help address this? And what we've realized is that there's only one way. It's education and empowerment. So we need to get these guys better educated so that they understand, and we need to give them better insight so that they're better empowered with informations, tools, techniques, and that you literally do a culture change from within the company. Instead of coming to you and saying, here, another thing that the leaders must implement, we try and say, let's drive this bottom up. Because in our experience, a lot of the safety reps are very willing. They want to, but they just don't know how. So what we've done is we've put together, over the last year, we spent over 2,000 hours researching and looking at, and then finally putting together and writing a handbook for these guys and some support video material. And I just want to share that with you briefly. So when we sat down, one of the first things we said, we want to make it a unique tool with supporting material, which will transform the safety reps from being passive to being passionate and active by means of education and empowerment. And we said we want to do something which is visual, which is fun, which is interesting, and which is educating and empowering. So we came up with the concept of using the ant, because everybody knows the ants are very industrious. They work and they hardly sleep. So we created a little character called Antsy, and we right throughout the handbook we use Antsy as a story to get people to relate to it. We've got many illustrations to make the character come alive and to make people who are not so good with reading English relate to this. We've said to ourselves, we believe it's time that we treat the health and safety reps as adult learners. That's why we've put this handbook together with the supporting material as a do-it-yourself handbook. Literally, the only thing that the company needs to do is they need to facilitate it. And the role of the facilitator is very much like you do an MBA study. You have to study yourself, but every now and then you have support groups or learner groups or project groups who come together to share experiences and to talk how to help each other to move forward. We want to do the same thing at the safety rep level, and we believe we can. There's a lot of younger people coming in who are keen to want to pick up knowledge and go that way. Then we ask ourselves, why should the safety reps believe us? And in order to do that, we said it's a fully illustrated handbook. It's got frequently asked questions, and at the back we put a gloss. Actually, when we looked at this, we were looking very hard whether we should write one handbook for safety reps and one handbook for frontline supervisors. But then we decided to combine it. And now when we show it to people, they say, hey, this works for both. It works for the safety rep and it will work for the frontline supervisor, because it is self-development and growth which is going beyond just being a health and safety rep. We asked ourselves, why should you as a leader invest in this? It is because basically you're going to find that there's a change in terms of safety, but it's not only safety. When you start implementing the topics that we address, you will find that things like production, quality, costs, teamwork, problem solving, all the innovation and behavior, everything needs to be addressed. You can't talk about safety without talking about all these other things. So we've got 88 topics in there, which range from how to be a safety rep to taking action, to behavior issues, to teamwork, to problem solving, which is a big section, because we said one of the things is we're not giving safety reps the power to just solve simple problems. Instead of raising them and bringing them to a meeting, why the hell don't we give the guys the paint and the brush and say, just paint the line? So we're talking about that. What sets this book apart is that we've researched it, we've done focus groups where we've talked to safety reps and said, okay, this is what we want to do. Tell us which topics you're looking for. We even went as far as putting together 20 titles, and we said to them, you choose which title. And it was some focus groups with safety reps, but we also did one with managers, and the title that came out is the Safety Reps Survival Guide. And then two other things I want to just mention. The one is, one thing that came up from managers is they're saying people don't want to volunteer. And it's true, because the safety rep job is a thankless job. They battle to get support, they battle to get the co-workers to cooperate and all those things. So what we've put into this handbook and the way we've presented it will actually make it such that people will want to volunteer and say, I want that. I want to be part of this. And then finally, we're saying we provide more than a handbook with supporting material. We're actually working in a disruptive way, because nowadays everything is changing. From communication to transport, everything is changing. And if you look at safety, we haven't changed for a long time. We're still talking the pyramid, which was developed, I think, in the 1930s. They developed the concept of 1 fatality, 30 injuries, 300 minor things. That is nearly 100 years old. That thinking hasn't changed. So we're starting to put some new thinking in there.